Hello, Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching. And today we're going to be talking about how to develop your personal brand by clarifying your core values and your mission. If you're new to me, I am helping online entrepreneurs, network marketers, anyone who's building a business online, how to step off the emotional roller coaster onto a solid foundation of confidence, clarity, and courage so that you can build your authentic life and a purposeful driven life. That is what my mission is, right? And core values, authenticity, brand, all these things are a crucial part of doing and accomplishing just that. Without a proper why, you may be able to start your business. You may be able to do things, but you are not going to be able to have an intrinsic motivation to show up. You are not going to be able to get out of bed even though you don't feel like it. Do the things even though you don't feel like it. Showing up for videos that you need to do even though you have a headache. Like, it doesn't matter what. You have to be able to have intrinsic motivation, because you know what? One way or another, when you level up in your life, in your company, in your skills, it doesn't matter where exactly your next step is going to be and where you're leveling up, you may find yourself alone at some point. You may find yourself having to do it by yourself. And if you're always needing others to do those things with you, then what? You're not going to make it. Okay. So there will be points especially as you get up there will be points where you are not going to need or have anybody that is going to continue to tell you to come forward. There will be the time that you're going to have to do it by yourself. And that is what we're developing here. We're developing a strong, authentic, purposeful, driven, clarity-based path for you to actually reach the goals that you are setting for yourself. Because not every journey is the same, just so you know. Every entrepreneurial journey is different, and that is why it's so hard for some people to find their way, because you need to find yourself first. It starts with you. Okay, so here, core values. Step 1, reflect on your core values. You have to identify what matters most to you. Okay, think about what drives you in life, what drives you in business, what qualities do you admire in others. So when you're scrolling the net and you're just kind of zoning out and you're looking at things, what is it that attracts you on others? Pay very close attention to it. What you admire in others, that is what you want inside of you, because you recognize it. The light in me recognizes the light in you. You have heard that probably before. So whatever you see in others is also inside of you, right? It's just maybe buried behind some trauma or some other obstacles that are not known to you, what are buried in your paradigm. Maybe the reason why you are not as fit or not showing up as the version that you are is because you have not healed some of that emotional drama that causes you to act in the ways that you are showing up right now. But in order to get your happiness out, in order to get your full potential, right? Your full potential of showing up actively all the time, you need to make sure that it aligns. You yourself need to align. Your authentic self needs to align with what you're supposed to be here for, to create. And when everything comes together, it's like a puzzle piece. It just comes together and you start feeling good. Now, do you only celebrate when you're there? No, the purpose here is to feel happy and celebrate today on step one. And only when you are aligned with your core values, you will start feeling satisfied. You will start feeling like, oh, okay, well, I may not be finished yet with what I'm creating to do, but I'm feeling pretty good today. And that is what it's all about. Okay. So examples of core values and what matters to you could be, for example, honesty, integrity, empowerment, innovation, or community. those are basically some of mine, right? So I value honesty very much. Value honesty. You like, it doesn't matter. People sometimes think I'm critical. I really am not critical. I just like people to tell me what they feel and what they think, because then I feel safe, right? That's just something. If I have an idea what the other one is about, then I feel safe. So because then and this is something for you, I'm sharing for you to maybe think for yourself and think like, okay, well, what is it about it for me, right? So for me, the reason why I like honesty, and I like brutal honesty, I like you to tell me if something is different or something is wrong, or if you don't like so, because I will be changing then. Okay, I could change, or at least I could say maybe I don't want to change, or maybe maybe I have a reason why I'm showing up in a certain way. And we can have a conversation, because my core intention is always to create win-wins. Win for me, win for you, win for everybody around me, right? That's what my core intention is always going to be: win, win, and win. So if I don't show up in a certain way, I would value you telling me if there's something going on, so we can have a conversation, so we can all have an outcome that is created for everyone as a win. Okay. The reason why this is important to me is, I'm going to share the story. When I was in school back then, many years ago, I was smoking, and I started smoking. I thought it was cool, and I started smoking, and my girlfriends at that time all kind of stopped hanging out with me. And I thought to myself, why are they doing that? Why are they not hanging out with me anymore? What is happening? Why is no one here with me? And why is nobody talking to me? And what it turned out years later, I was really, really sad. I was devastated. I lost my entire friend group. I had no clue why. Nobody talked to me. Years later, I met the person again, and I've asked her, I'm like, listen, I just kind of want to find out what happened back then. Why did you guys stop hanging out with me? And you know what they said? They said, we didn't like you smoked. We didn't like you smoked. Okay, well, I was like, you should have just said that, because then I could have made the choice to keep my friends and quit smoking. Or I could have said, I'm going to continue smoking, which I would have not, but I could have continued to smoke and then been okay with losing my friend group, right? But they chose not to do that. They chose not to tell me anything. So honesty to me is very important. Even if it's not necessarily favorable, at least I can work with it. Integrity, do the right thing when no one is looking. Absolutely. There's nothing, it kind of plays in the same, like into the same level of honesty. Like, I feel like you have to be who you are, because when you are not who you are and you're pretending, to me that feels unsafe. To other people that also feels unsafe, they just won't tell you, so they will just not pay attention to who you are, or they will withdraw or something like that. But integrity is really important. Be who you are all the time, not only at certain things. Now, am I always in emotional control? Right? People that are very close to me, they have seen me triggered. I'm an open book about it. Of course, I sometimes still make mistakes. Sometimes I scream. Sometimes yes, I'm human, right? We are human. And I want to give you the opportunity to also be human. When I talk about these things, right, I don't about personal development. It is messy. I want you to understand it is messy, and it's not perfect, and it's okay to not be perfect. Okay. It's okay to try to work your way through and make a mistake and, fall forward. But what's not okay is not to even go there, not to even try, not to even pay attention, to say, oh, it doesn't matter to me. That is not okay. You have to make something happen. So integrity is important. Empowerment is important, right? Empowering others. Like, I am not a dictator trying to keep people small, because I want everybody to come with me, right? I want people to come with me. So I want to empower people. Community is important to me. I always say one for all and all for one, right? It's like nobody's doing anything by themselves. You have to have other people. You have to have resources. And, when you have a value of community, for example, then you are going to be able to start looking for other people. And, as you build a team, for example, you will be not threatened by somebody who has more skill in, let's say, money making or team building, or you will welcome that, because in a community you will have other people to come in and they are allowed to step forward, and it's not going to mean anything about you, right? So find out what matters to you. Find out what matters to you, because you will use those to build your tribe, to build your business, to build your foundation of which you are standing. Can you imagine? Just think about it. Can you imagine if I would build a team with people that are dishonest, with people that are lying to me, that are friendly up in the front, and then behind my back are going to talk bad? If I build a family or a team like that, with people like that who are putting up a front but really don't feel good about me, now that's dishonest, right? That's dishonest, and that is actually something that is not stable, and it will continue to trigger you, and it will fall apart. It will continue to trigger you, and you will never reach where you want to go, because that violates your core values at all times. Okay, and you will not stand, because you will be vulnerable. It will not fuel you, it will actually decrease you. Okay, so that's very important, to find out what your core values are. If you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to find your core values, Google it. There's a whole bunch of lists, that you can look at, and then sit with each word and kind of feel about it. Think about it. Like, is that my value? Do I believe this? Do I not believe this? And again, of course, if you need help, always just make sure you comment help, so I can send you my free online course. My free online course will help you identify what emotional state you are in. And there's always the opportunity for me to give you a free discovery lesson and coaching session. If you want to book a free discovery course lesson, feel free to do so. Okay, so core values, Google list, boom, we've got that, right? Write that all down, figure it out for yourself. Step 2, your mission statement. Super important. What are you here to do? What do you want to do? So clarify your why. Why did you start with network marketing? Why did you start with your business? Who's your target audience? And then what do you bring to the table that helps them? See, I help online entrepreneurs to come off the emotional roller coaster onto a solid foundation of confidence. You have to have confidence in order to sell anything to anybody. You need to have clarity, how and why and who and why. And then you have to have the courage to break through the unknown and the fears and the imposter syndrome, and get into rooms that you've never been on, and take a microphone and start speaking and doing a live video. And you have to have courage in order to do that and to show up, take the action. You have to have courage. That is what I do for people. What are you doing for your people? What is it that you are here? What is your mission? And my mission is to empower these people to do that, and to create a legacy for themselves and for their business and for their families and for their children, and to be the person, be the leader of your pack. Walk it free, where you heal, connect, and level up. What is it for you? What is it for you? What is your mission? How are you going to get there? And so on and so forth, right? Focus on impact. Focus on the impact that you are going to create here. Impact. See, if I help a mom, if I help a woman to succeed and feel confident and feel clear about what she's here to do and create, and who she is and what she wants to be like, and how she wants to be perceived, and she finds herself again, if I empower women to do that through my mentorship program, what impact will that have? The impact will be of everyone around her, including her children. And not only will my kids eventually bring that on and forward that on, but my hope would be that it also would be then duplicating in her family with her children, and her children with their children, and so on and so forth. Right? That's what my biggest mission is. That's what I'm here for. That is why I can't stop talking about it. I get so passionate about nutrition, and I get passionate about personal development. I get passionate about parenting. I get passionate about all these things. And no, I am not by no means way be perfect ever. I mean, come on, but I have a passion for it. Why? Because kids are underdogs. Kids cannot stand up for themselves. They cannot do it. They are stuck in their situations, and they need and depend on healed adults that are able to do and feel happy and take the action and make the money and just be good leaders of their pack. That is where my mission is. What is it for you? You've got to get clear. You've got to talk about it. And sometimes you talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, and it evolves as you speak about it. Sometimes it doesn't come in your brain until you speak more. But what do you need to have? You need to have courage to do that, right? Okay, step number 3, align your brand. So see now when it comes all together. So you are having clarity about who you are and why you're doing it. Now you're starting to align all of that with your values, with your mission, and then you are going to put that out consistently into your social media postings. Okay, so you are bringing it into your team, you're bringing it into your team calls, you're putting it on social media. You are basically talking all of these things up and distributing and what's the word for it? Not proclaiming. I just forgot about it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You bring it out onto social media, you're showing everybody, this is what I'm here to do. Now, what are people going to do? Promote. That's the word I was looking for. Promote, 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 promote. You promote your brand, you promote your mission and vision and values, you promote, you promote, you promote, you promote. And what is going to happen when you promote? You're going to promote this, you're going to talk about it, you're going to be clear. You start attracting people that like what you say. You start attracting people that like your energy. My light is recognizing your light is recognizing mine. And that is how you start attracting people to have conversation. Now, you might say, well, but when am I going to start selling? Well, you are selling. The whole time you're selling yourself. You're selling yourself. And through selling yourself, you are going to build know, like, and trust factor with people out in the stranger cold market. Okay. Your friends and family may not want to buy from you because when you are at home, you may not be the same person, as you are in your business. And that has multiple different reasons. I mean, everyone is a little bit different, but here's the thing. If you want to make money with this is, you are in business, right? You're wanting to make money. You wanted to have an income. You want to build a legacy business. If you do that, you are going to need people that believe in your mission. You're going to need people that are believing in what you are all about, right? Now, your family and your friends, they may have fallen in love with you because of other qualities that are not necessarily helpful for business. But you need to be out there on social media with a clear message as to who you are, what you can consistently bring to the table, what do you believe in, and how you feel like you should be doing that. Because that's what they're buying. They're not just buying your product, they're buying you as a person as well. Okay, so many of us are in health and wellness, and you are going to be their coach. Therefore, you need to show what you can do consistently. That's for them. For you, your payoff of doing all that is your happiness, because when you feel aligned, you will have intrinsic motivation. You will be able to show up every single day. You will be consistent, and you will feel happy about it. When I work, I feel happy. I love this. I love teaching. I love working. I love talking about it. I love creating content. I love all this. It doesn't feel like work. And that's what happens when you are very clearly aligned with your mission, vision, values, and when you're showing up as an authentic self. All right. I hope this was helpful. If you need help, make sure you comment help below here so I can send you my free online course. If you want to get into the community, also check out www.walkitfree.com and get into the community, get the online course. You're going to get into the community. You can ask questions. If you want a one-on-one with me, book a discovery call, and I hope to connect with you soon. Walk it free.